Hello, my beautiful friends. We are getting ready for our free class on the light body. I am so excited to share this with you. So we're just going to wait another minute or two for people to hopefully come on here. So I've been sending out some emails and whatnot for people to join us. I hope you're having a great Monday, and this is going to for sure set you up for a great week, and I think a great rest of your life. Isn't that amazing how we can make these deep changes? You know, change can happen like that. It's like drip, 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 and then the change happens. So anyway, let's get started. It is 6 o'clock, and we are going to do our light body. I'm going to be moving the camera around. So here we go for your free class. Yay! So a couple of things. Oh gosh, what did I do with my notes? That would be helpful if I had my notes here with me. What did I do with those notes? I will be right back. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting started. Now let's get this party started. All right, so there are 4 things that I want to share with you. And the 4 things are, you're going to learn a system of self-healing, right? You're going to learn a system of self-healing. And when you think about that right now, I want you to think about your intention. What is it that I really need to heal in my life? It could be a job situation. It could be relationships. It could be something within the body, within the mind, within the spirit. So you're going to learn a system of self-healing. 2, you're going to learn about your spiritual anatomy. So say it with me. Bliss, right? Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is suffering. Okay, ignorance is suffering. So we're going to talk about your spiritual anatomy so that we can get to the light body. The more you understand about how your energy works, the more empowered and powerful you are going to be in your life. Isn't this good stuff? I know it is. I know. 3rd, we're going to create a shift in your perceptions. That's where the changes happen. You know, sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, we want the people to change in our lives. We want the government to change. We want everybody else and everything else to change. And really, it's when we shift our perceptions, just sometimes a 1-degree shift in our perceptions changes our world to such a degree that we are living in more joy. So I'm really excited about that. And I want you to expect and know right here and right now that change is happening for you in the areas that aren't working for you, okay? And then 4th, if you stay with me, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite breathwork techniques that helps to reduce anger and anxiety almost immediately. It's one of my favorites. So stay with me. So glad that you're here. So let's talk about your spiritual anatomy. You have a physical body, right? So you have the physical body, you have a mind or a mental body. Makes sense, right? And you have your emotional body, you have your emotions, your emotional body. Most people think that this is who I am. I am blood and bones. I'm what's going on in my mind. I am my feelings, and maybe I am my personality. So you have a dark and a light side to the personality. So we think this is all that we are. What I've noticed is most of us get stuck in one of these bodies. We get overly identified with the physical body. We get overly identified with our thoughts. We don't understand that our thoughts are here to serve us. Your thoughts are your servant, but most of us are serving thoughts. They come in from anywhere, and we think, what's wrong with me that I can't think aright? There's nothing wrong with you. No one has taught you how to be master of mind. And let me say something. This is what I'm really good at. I can teach anyone how to be master of their mind and master of their emotions and therefore master of their circumstances. As a woman, especially a woman who is master of her emotions and the master of her mind is a force to be reckoned with. Really and truly. Nobody can put one over on you when you know yourself that well. So, and then we have the personality. So what about the ego? Everybody take a deep breath and sigh it out. What about your ego, right? So everybody's talking about the ego. Ego is a condition of separation from the self. The further away you are separated from yourself, from the self of yourself, from your wholeness and from your completeness, the more egoic you are, the more likely you are to cause harm to yourself and to others. Part of our work, Spirit is speaking to me right now, part of our work is to recognize when we are in ego, when ego has taken over. So if you have a pen and a journal, I want you to get it out so you can write this down. When you are in ego, you are complaining, criticizing, defending yourself or, defending your people. You're in a defensive, mode of thought. You're judging, right? You're judging others. You are complaining, defending, comparing, criticizing, judging. You're feeling inflated because sometimes that criticism, the reason why we criticize and we compare is to inflate ourselves. So there's a difference between being confident, being in a state of self-love, being in security and being grounded, and doing things that help to create a sense of inflation, of an inflated ego. Yeah. So remember that with ego. So whenever you're complaining, criticizing, defending, judging, you're in an egoic state of mind and you're out of your power. You're not in a powerful state. You're outside of your most powerful state. So most of us, like I said, we say I, right? I am. Stay with me. We're talking about your spiritual anatomy, right? So when we refer to I, we're referring to all of this, which is okay. On one level, the personality is the container, is a reduction of energy for the bigger part of you. So here's the bigger part of you, which is the celestial, I call it the celestial light body. So you are this vast energy system with a reduction of energy that is part of your personality. And all of this, your mind, your body, your emotions, are all serving the bigger part of you. It's a reduction of energy and it's the bigger part of you, right? It's all serving you. But what happens is that because of ego, or ego being lost in egoic consciousness, being lost in conditioned thinking, we forget that this is who we are. We forget, because in this energy, there is strength, there is peace, there is humor, there is balance. When the spiritual teachings say you already have everything that you need, they're not talking about you already have the perfect body, you already have the perfect mind. On one level you do, but it's all coming from the light body. It's all coming from this bigger part of you. So how do you access that bigger part? Well, one is awareness of it. And two is through what's called chakras, your energy system. So chakras mean wheel in Sanskrit. Many of you have already heard of chakras, but if you haven't, that's okay. I'm going to explain it real quick. Chakras are energy, they're wheels. There's energy centers that run along what's called your etheric body. I know this is deep stuff. Stay with me. So your etheric body is like it's an energy double of your physical body. And in the etheric body, you have these energy centers that move along with your endocrine system. They take in universal life force energy and they move universal life force energy out. And so when you're in the light body can shine through those chakras. Yeah, being aware of them. And then energy comes back into the light body. Isn't this beautiful? So when everything is open, when your energy centers are open, the light body shines through. So what affects your energy system, your chakras? What affects your chakras? You have 7 chakras that move up along your spine. What affects your chakras? Your thoughts, right? Your diet, your feelings. Guess what? Your ancestral baggage. Yeah, you and I have ancestral baggage, our ancestral stuff, the stuff that we've inherited, all affects whether or not we can feel the light body coming up and coming through into our lives. Now, this is really important. Your relationships or anything that's going on the outside is giving you feedback into what's going on in your energy system. You are a world or a universe unto yourself. You have everything that you already need. You have come into this life with. You have come with all the tools, and you have also come with some of the challenges. The challenges are here to help you to expand in consciousness. Isn't that beautiful? It's to help you to expand to be the allness and the bigness and the greatness that you are. And so that's why we are here on this journey. And it's so important that we understand our light body and how the energy moves up and through us. So one of the ways we talked about awareness, but another way in which you connect with it is through the feelings, right? Through your feelings, through your emotions. This is why it's so important to feel the range of your emotions. And oftentimes when I'm working with women, it's hard for us to feel our anger, right? As an example, right? It's hard for us to feel our anger. But the technique is to feel, where am I feeling the anger? Well, where am I feeling my emotion? And then breathe through it. And then breathe through it. You'll find that when you have an emotion, when you have a negative emotion, you're going to feel it here. Your head is going to hurt. You're going to feel it in your heart center. You're going to feel it in your stomach. You're going to feel it in your lower abdomen. You are going to have a sense of that emotion in the body. And your action, what you're meant to do, is to sit and feel and breathe through it, because this is very important. What happens is we have a tendency to get stuck in the emotional body. We get stuck with the emotions because we don't allow them to flow, right? I know, isn't this good stuff? So as you allow your emotions to flow and you stay centered as they do, this is why this is like a meditation, and you stay centered as they do, you're actually clearing up your baggage. You're clearing up the old past stuff. You're clearing up all the negative thoughts. You're clearing up everything that happened to you in the past. You're clearing up all your ancestral stuff, and you're making way for the light body to shine through you, right? And this helps the aging process. It helps with intuition. It helps with everything. And so you don't need to overthink it. You just need to feel it. You just need to feel it. My sense is when we ignore what we're feeling, we create blocks and we create misery for ourselves, right? And then we want to self-medicate. There's all kinds of things we want to do to move away from the feeling. But the feeling is the doorway in to your own enlightenment, to your own enlightenment. So this is what the light body is, right? You are not body, mind, emotions, personality. You are this. Mind, body, personality, and emotions are the tools that you use for this lifetime. And I promise you, if you do the practice of what am I feeling and where am I feeling it, and connecting that feeling into one of your chakras, because you're going to feel it here in the third center or the second center. If you really feel that, you're going to be free. You're going to be free. And I know this because I've done it. I've done it. I've been there. I didn't even tell you how I started with all of this stuff, how I started feeling all of this. I started when I was in my 20s. and I was having a terrible time in my life. I was living with somebody that, we weren't getting along. I was drinking a little bit too much. I hated my job. I hated myself. I hated myself. There was a time when I did not like, love, or appreciate myself. That's ego. That's over here. That's ego, right? That's not in the light body. And so my first spiritual teacher taught me how to meditate and feel and open up these energy centers so I could feel more of myself. And over time, I've worked with shamanic practitioners. I've worked with Buddhist nuns. I've done lots of personal study, right? Lots of study. And I learned more about what this feedback system is like. And in 2014, when I filed for divorce and my mother died like within months of each other, and I have the kids, it's because of this that I didn't totally lose my mind, right? I didn't totally get lost, but I was able to access the inner wisdom. And here's another thing: when you start doing this, you attract, or you are attractive to, resources that are meant to help you. The universe is alive. The universe is on your side. It's showing you signs and symbols, but we need to be open to seeing it. Yeah. And when we're centered in ourselves, we are attractive to the resources that we need. And hear me now, this is the most important thing. And then we have the energy to take inspired action. We have the energy to take inspired action. I was talking to someone today and I said, the woman that I was even 5 years ago is not the woman that I am now. And I feel more and more and more like myself. So Spirit is speaking to me right now, because I know that there are some of us that are going through some really tough times, and maybe nobody knows about it. Maybe you're doing a really good job keeping it to yourself. Yeah. So if that is the case, start breathing and knowing that wherever you are, it is the beginning of a journey of transformation. If I have anything to share with you, it's don't be afraid of life. Don't be afraid of the challenges that you are going through, because it is the heat that's turning you, that's revealing the diamond that is already on the inside. Right? But what happens is some of us, we don't want to feel, and we get stuck. So join me in stepping into power, stepping into the light, step into, yes, I am afraid, but the fear will not stop me from being who I need to be, from doing what I have to do. Yeah, I know, it's good stuff. All right, my beautiful friends, this is going by so fast. I was so excited. I've been sitting here all day, just so excited to share this with you. So let's do a breathing technique that is going to help you, because remember, we want to feel the range of our emotion. We want to feel what it is that we're feeling. We don't want to be fooled by the mind. We want to move into the center, knowing that when I move into the breath and when I move into the body, when I move into this, the light body is going to shine through. And that's where my wisdom is. That's where my power is. And that's where my resources are. So this is important. We're getting underneath the emotion. Oftentimes when I'm working with people in a one-to-one, they want to get stuck in the anger and the sadness and the frustration and whatever they're feeling. And it feels dark. It feels heavy. It feels black. And I am telling you, if you breathe, and I'm going to give you a breathing technique. If you breathe through it, there's the light underneath there. So don't be fooled by the darkness. The darkness isn't real. The negative emotion isn't real. Don't be fooled by it. Know that there is something underneath it that wants to shine through. And in that, you will hear your inner wisdom. Are you with me? Say, yeah. All right, let's do our breathing technique. Let's do our breathing technique. All right, so feet flat on the floor. Oops. Eyes closed, chin tilted slightly down so that the back of the neck is nice and long. And let's take 3 ha breaths together just so we can join in our energy. So inhaling And exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. And one more time, inhaling. We're just joining our energy right now. And exhaling. Beautiful. And now close the mouth and feel the breath as it's gliding in and out through your nose. Relax the face, relax the forehead, relax the eyes. Inhaling. And exhaling, exhale nice, long, slow, and deep. Really release all the air. And when you inhale, allow the inhale to be natural. Exhaling all the air, let it all go. Let it go from the neck and the shoulders, from the bottoms of the feet. Exhaling nice, long, slow, and deep. And then let the inhale be natural. And again, exhaling nice, long, slow, and deep. Deep release. And when you inhale, notice that there is more space now in the chest, in the lungs. And again, exhaling, nice, long, slow, and deep. As slow as you can go and as deep as you can go on that exhale. And when you inhale, just let the inhale happen, but notice that there's more space in the body. And last time, exhale, nice, long, slow, and deep. Beautiful. And inhale. Good. Wiggle your fingers and toes, coming all the way back to the room, and give yourself a hug. Doesn't that feel good? And give yourself another hug. I'm going to tell you why this works. That long, slow, deep exhale helps to create space in the lungs. So when you're stressed, when you're sad, when you're frustrated, when you're, Mercury's retrograde, for goodness sakes, when you're feeling all of that stuff, you're not breathing. So the breath remains very shallow, and that shallow breath actually exacerbates your stress. It exacerbates the negative emotion, yeah? So when you exhale nice, long, slow, and deep, you begin to access the lungs, because most of your space is down here in the lower part of the lung, not the upper part. So that exhale creates space and releases tension. So you can do that 3, 5, 9 times, that nice, long, slow exhale. I am telling you, this is such a beautiful technique when you are feeling up to here. Yeah? All right, my beautiful friends. I am having a retreat in May where we're going really deep. I just gave you a little taste, and I know I talked really fast. We're going really deep into the light body and releasing ancestral baggage and releasing all this stuff that's keeping us tired and old and stressed out and not feeling good and not feeling up to it. And we're going to activate the light body. We're going to open up our energy centers. We're going to connect with our spiritual team. You came here with a spiritual team. You came here with those that are meant to help you on your path, and you're helping others on your path. Some people in your spiritual team are part of your family and your friends and your network, but you have a spiritual team on the other side that is supporting you and helping you. So we're going to get together with our spiritual team. We're going to move into the light body. I'm going to put the link in the in the description when we're all done, because I want you to check it out and I want you to feel your way through it. If it feels like a yes to you, please join me. I would love to see you there. And if you have any questions, my beautiful friends, go ahead and type them in and I will do my best to answer them. All right. Thank you for joining me. This was so much fun. We're doing it again, sisters. We are doing this again, doing more classes on Facebook Live. I love it. I love it. And I love you. I know you're doing great, good things. I am sending you lots of positive energy, and go out and make a big difference in your life and the lives of the people that you serve. All right, my friends. Bye.